Yo, what's up, guys? So here's a video. I think this one might be kind of good. Last one I'm just rambling, not helpful, especially. But this one might be if you really think about it. It's taken me multiple years to try to figure out how to say this in the correct way. I think here's what it is, because I've taken a lot of shit for you were married to an agent, bro. I know it's easier for you. Stop it. Here's the thing. I've never made this point. Sherry never told me what to write. She never told me here's the secret. If you write something like this, she never told me that. A lot of writers have that question. What should I write, man? To break in and fucking make it. Agents don't know. The biggest agents in the world have no idea. Some people will give you managers especially will be like, maybe if we try this, that, but they're just best guessing. Personally, me, if I became a manager, which I never will, but own shingle, this kind of shit, I never would. But I would just be like, I don't know, man. And that's the way Sherry was too. That's one thing to understand is I have no reason to lie to you. If I knew the secret, I'd fucking tell you. You know what I mean? The secret is, I don't know, man. Just write something good. But they cover the studio, all this kind of shit. Yeah, even when Sherry was covering studios and this kind of shit, and they're giving the directive, I know what she would say. I've never asked her that question. What should I write? Because I already knew what the answer was. Is whatever you think is fucking good. I don't know, man. Flip it a different way. What song should I write? I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? If you went to imagine you go to your agent, you get signed, yay. What song should I write now? They don't fucking know. They're like, I don't know, just write a song that you do. How are they supposed to answer that question? I don't know how to fucking answer that question. Write a good song, I don't fucking know. Then I'll take it out and try to make it a thing. But a lot of new writers think that's my big problem. My big problem is I just don't have the connections. That's what it is. That's not your problem. Your problem is you're probably not writing good enough shit to have connections. You see what I'm saying there? Let me say that once again, slower. You're probably not writing good enough shit to have connections who want to introduce you to other connections, who want to introduce you to other connections. Then you don't have a problem. See what I'm saying? Then your problem is not about connections. The problem always starts with the script. Is the script amazing? Is it fucking amazing? It's always subjective, but an amazing script will get traction, generally. Your problem is always just one person, just the one right person to pass it along. However, you have to have the script. And a lot of new writers think, I do. But if you read their shit, a lot of new writers, they're one script in and they're like, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to be Steven Spielberg. I'm ready to be Chris Nolan. And you read it and it's like, none of this makes any sense, man, to be honest with you. Do you see how many conjunctions you have? I can cut 50 words on page 1. Do you know what they are? If you don't know what they are, then, so no, that's usually not the problem. Usually the problem is you're not writing good enough shit yet for people to. Here's the thing, you're not writing good enough shit yet to see. I'm always the bearer of bad news. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'll take the hits for it. You know, because no one like not a lot of people want to give you the bad news to help you. You know, that's the only reason I give you bad news is to be like, here's the bad news, and here's how to fucking like get around it. You know, like try something like this. Maybe, you know. But shit, now I lost my fucking thought. I interrupted myself. What was I gonna say? So I'm just gonna ramble until I remember again. That's what I was gonna say. So like you have to write something good enough that someone feels like I'm gonna risk where I'm at, you know, my relationships and so forth. I'll risk it a bit to shout out this person and actually say to someone, you should read this. You know, that's a very hard thing to, I've said it before, that's a very hard thing to get a writer to do, you know, writer specifically, because it feels like, in a way, it feels like a lot of writers are trying to break in through other writers. Like, can you read my shit? Like, can you read my shit and then give it to your agent or something like this? So it feels like a lot of writers are trying to break in that way. But that's a super huge ask. And you know, if it's fucking amazing, you know, no one's trying to stop you is my point. That's one of my points. No one's trying to fucking stop you. But they have to think it's fucking badass. You know, here's my analogy. You know, like because a lot of writers think like, no, they're just dumb, man. They just all I need is connections, and then if I just had the right connection and they weren't so fucking stupid, then I'd be a huge star. Here's the thing. Here's an analogy. Okay, so a lot of guys watch my channel. So imagine you put a Bugatti in a fucking parking lot. Okay, that's what you're saying. Like, my script is so fucking valuable. Everybody's stupid for not realizing it. Okay, put something valuable, like a Bugatti, bro. Like, boom, there you go. Hey guys, you got like 100 guys lined up. Hey guys, that Bugatti is fucking free, dude. Whoever can get there first, the keys are inside. Brah! Like, every guy's gonna fucking go run to that. Tripping, they're gonna fucking try to get to that. You know what I mean? Ferrari, whatever, pick your favorite car. You know what I mean? If you put something that valuable in front of some people, they're gonna be like, I want that. You know? They're not gonna be like, you know, no. You see, so as a writer, it's your fucking job to sort of prove that it has value by how you speak about it and all of that. But going back to the beginning is that's why if you really understand that point, that when I was married to an agent, because I got signed when I was married to an agent, but that didn't help me not that much. It got me one read. That's what it got me. Like, understand that. It got me a read. And then that agent liked it. It was like, I love it. Let me send it to another agent. You know? So it's not that hard to get one read from someone in the business, is what I'm talking about. It's not really that hard. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that hard. So if you understand that point, that you know, that's not really what got my ball rolling. What got my ball rolling, not that I'm like some big writer or something, but I'm just saying like I know some people feel like if I would have been married to an agent, then I would be like a big writer, and you kind of blew it and all this kind. No, you know, there's nothing an agent can tell you. Like tell me for real off the record. Like if your best friend is a fucking agent, let's say, your best homeboy, agent, big agent at CAWME, like tell me like what to write, bro. You know, what is it? I won't tell anybody. Off the record, bro. You know, let's throw some beers back. Okay, now what? Like, what's the secret, dude? They're gonna be like, there isn't one, dude. Like, there's no secret. You're my best friend. Tell me for real though. What is it? There's no secret. The secret is the industry's fucking hard, and nobody knows what they want until they fucking see it. There's the big secret. No, none of these studios, no matter what they tell you, Netflix, whomever, name any place, you know, our directive is we're looking for a thing. It sounds very official, you know, and they'll have, I have the official list. And people will say that. I have the official list of what they're looking for. And someone could come out of left field and be like, fuck all that. So what about that? You know, and like, ooh, like I didn't even think of this. I didn't even think that's, you know, was like on the table. So, you know, like, ooh, I like that. You know, think about it. Like, let me go back to the car analogy. Okay, so I place like a fucking dope ass car. Look at this. Right? And you're like, that's the best car. Until I'm like, move this one out of the way, bring this one in. You know, and then, oh shit, no, this one is better. See? No, I want that car. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't know what the fuck they want until you fucking show them. And an agent can't. I'm trying to fucking beat this into the ground like glue. And an agent can't tell you what that is. Imagine an agent representing like a car maker, or anything. I represent like people who make cars, you know, and the designers. Like, what car do you think the industry would like? The agent will be like, I don't fucking know, dude. That's your job. I don't fucking know. I'm just a guy who goes out and says, this car is fucking, look at it, bro. Like, confetti, rah. Like, that's my job. My job is not to fucking, like, you know, and the agent, you know, like, they're like, my job is not to fucking design the car. You know, my job is not to figure out, like, what the fucking industry needs. Okay? So, like, beat that into your head, and you're ahead of people. You're ahead of a lot of writers who are going to think that into infinity, and they will be old and wrinkled and 8 years old and like, I should have made it in Hollywood, and they didn't even think of this part. They didn't even think about like, my main problem is I need to like be better. I need to be brutally honest on the page. I need to be willing to risk no's. I need to be A-okay with getting rejected constantly. And I need to realize that my problem is not my connections. That's not my problem. My only problem is better material. And that's not a competition. Like I said before, I need to shut up because I'm going too long. Again, how do you get there? How do you get to better material? It's all inward. It's all inward. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. Like, you know, I've read a lot of scripts, but not that many, I guess. Maybe 400, which is kind of a lot, you know, but when I hear people, I read 30,000 screenplays, then why, did you? You didn't. Then how do you not know how to write you know, the biggest movie ever written ever, you know, like a billion. How do you not, you read 30,000 scripts, then how do you not know how to write you know, a $1 billion franchise. Are you serious? This is the brag? Like, I've read 30,000 screenplays and I still don't know how to make a $1 billion franchise. Are you crazy? You know, that's what I hear. So anyway, just always look at yourself, dude, and there's your biggest clues about why you're not making it. Always go look in the mirror and be like, why am I not making it? Me, like see, I got one finger pointed outwardly and three pointing, and maybe four if I bend my thumb enough, pointing back at me. Like I'm the only reason if anything doesn't work out in my life. I'm the only reason. No, nobody else. Nobody. You see? So, no, an agent cannot fix your life. Is not your therapist. Cannot tell you how to fucking make it into the industry. Cannot tell you how to become a superstar. You got to figure all that out. And then they're like, and then see, once you bring me something, I don't know what I want you to bring me. Actually, I don't have any idea. But once you bring me that thing that I didn't know I was looking for, that's probably what I can sell. So bring me the thing, you know. A great agent would say, bring me the thing that I don't even know I'm looking for. And they definitely don't know they're looking for that. And once I read it, I'm like, ooh, yes. Like, this might be a thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how agents are. I'm out. Peace, guys. Good luck.